Hey guys, I know it's been a while, so I want to talk a little bit about loyalty in a brief short while I push my baby in a pram. And one of the reasons is you probably noticed recently there's been a lot of tech layoffs. So I think yesterday we had about 10-15% of Microsoft staff getting fired from the sort of gaming sector. A lot of companies are getting more lean, and that's fine, that's normal. I'm not going to comment on that particular issue, but what I do want to talk about is more of like a personal experience. So I caught up with some old friends in some of the earlier companies I worked in, and they kind of, they're due their 25-year bonus, or sort of rewards. And when my granddad worked in factories, he was a jig borer. He worked on the Spitfire, but then later on he just did jig boring in a massive company. He was rewarded a house once he hit his 25 years, and before that, other rewards for each 5 year of loyalty. Additionally, I think you get like the gold watch. I think it was like at like 10 years or something, and just generally like really well valued, high skilled person. I remember before he died, he shared with me, a paper cutout of him being recognised in the local newspaper, which was like his pride and joy, right? So it's like page number 22, a small clip it about him and how he was coming to the end of his service and he made it into the newspaper. It was like a massive thing. And so loyalty went two ways. Like for him, there was so much pride and prestige at being in this company for so long, but then additionally the company were so dedicated to him. They followed up on their word and gave him a house. Back then, I know it's like £200. Today you're talking probably like £750,000 or something, is roughly how much that would be. So it made me kind of sad to hear when my friend told me, coming up for his 25 years, he's getting £200 of Amazon vouchers. And then I sort of bumped into another friend who was almost identical, but this time it was £150 of Amazon vouchers. And I started to just do a little bit of like back of the cigarette packet calculation, and it made me sort of realise that these big companies, there must be something like I'm missing, right? Because they're not, we're not all sort of cardboard cutout, cookie cutter engineers, right? You can't just replace a guy of 25 years with a new techie or somebody who's only been with the company for 5 years, let alone somebody who's not been in the company at all. So what am I missing here? And I think maybe that's generally true for the lower echelon. Somebody that's been in for 2 to 3 years, you can probably replace them quite quickly. But then what's going on with this sort of risk averse calculation, right? Like the fact that if you lose somebody for 25 years to go to another company because they get higher pay, more rewards, then clearly like the loss that you are bound over the term is going to be at least 5 times their annual salary. You're talking like 100,000 at least, maybe 200,000, because you need to isn't like, not only do you need to like re-employ the 5 people to do the job of that one person. That's just the beginning, right? Like you're going to make so many mistakes due to the lack of knowledge, and so you're going to like invest in the wrong things. Your project managers are going to make the wrong decisions because they don't have the right insights, and essentially you're just going to lose a lot of money. So there isn't really a solution I want to provide, because I'm sure we could all think of things, or there isn't like any final moral of the story kind of thing, because it's not exactly anything new. But I just wanted to, I guess, put it out there and put it to you to think, like, why are we in this situation where companies, like, I appreciate like employees aren't loyal either. Like, we're just, we're going wherever the money is in most cases. But then does that not necessitate better incentives to stick around? Because you do need like you still need your knowledge subject matter experts, your SMEs. Like this is something AI won't even cut into in like 20 years, right? Because like you're talking beyond code and even beyond architecture in some cases. You're talking deep, intimate knowledge of the company, its strategies, its principles, and its history. You have to do more than just read it on a wiki page. You have to know it and have been and lived through it. This is literally the final, the final composite element of human value, right? Like when everything else is stripped away, like this deep implicit experience and alignment with the company over the years is something that you can't just buy and get recruiters to get in, over the next year or two, and it's certainly nothing that you can replace with AI. So really, I'm going to just leave it there to you, and I want to hear like your thoughts on what is why are we in this situation, and why are companies ignoring like that risk part of the calculation, right? Like the losses that they'll incur from losing high caliber talent and dedicated loyal talent. So yeah, tell me what you think.